Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a scenario that sounds like pure science fiction, but honestly, it represents a very grounded, very terrifying reality. I want you to imagine you're millions of miles from Earth. You're standing on the rust-colored dust of an entirely alien world. Everything around you is silent, vast, and completely deadly. Today, we're unpacking the ultimate survival test on the Red Planet. Okay, let's dive into this. How long would you actually survive on Mars without a spacesuit? I want you to really put yourself in the heavy boots of a colonist for a moment. Imagine you're out on a routine patrol, trusting your life entirely to the complex layers of fabric, pressure seals, and oxygen lines of your suit. And then, suddenly, a breach. A catastrophic failure. That protective barrier just vanishes. You are completely exposed to the Martian void. What happens next? How much time do you actually have to fix it, to find air, to, survive? Well, the stark reality is a single, terrifying number: 2. Yep, the answer is less than 2 minutes. That is the entire window you have. There's no drawn-out, heroic struggle lasting for hours. There's absolutely no walking back to base camp if you're far out. From the exact second that suit fails, the countdown begins, and it is brutally, unforgivingly short. Section 1. A colonist's worst nightmare: sudden exposure to the void. We're looking at the terrifying reality of sudden exposure here. Just imagine that immediate shock. Literally 1 second, you're breathing normally, the gentle hum of your suit's life support ringing in your ears, keeping you safe, and the next second, total silence, which is quickly replaced by the sheer violence of the elements. This is a moment of pure, unadulterated crisis. The tension of those first few critical seconds stretches out like an eternity. Your mind is racing, your body is instantly reacting to an environment it was never, ever built to endure, and the absolute fragility of human life becomes your only reality.
Think about the phrase 2 minutes in the Martian void. It's incredibly powerful because it highlights the incredibly thin line that separates survival from complete disaster. You have to remember, it's not just a place you're standing, it's a void, an emptiness that is actively, aggressively hostile to your continued existence.
Section 2. The thin atmosphere. A suffocating environment.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast. Inside a pressurized spacesuit, you're essentially wearing a miniature Earth. It provides absolutely everything your biology demands to function, but the moment that barrier is gone, you are instantly traded from a haven of life into a totally suffocating environment. You are completely exposed to the lethal, incredibly thin atmosphere of Mars.
And the physiological terror is immediate. The thin atmosphere surrounds you, offering absolutely no breath. Imagine your heart rate spiking right then and there. Your lungs instinctively heave, desperately trying to pull in life-giving oxygen, but there is simply nothing there for them to use. This rapid suffocation is what drives the fatal countdown. Every single beat of your racing heart pumps blood that is rapidly losing oxygen. The clock is relentlessly ticking down, and the severe lack of air is just pressing in from all sides. Section 3. The extreme conditions. Immediate impact. And this brilliantly illustrates a horrifying sequence of immediate survival threats. First, you have the total loss of your spacesuit protection. Second, immediate exposure to the thin atmosphere, leading to that rapid suffocation we just talked about. And finally, the sudden onset of extreme environmental conditions. It's a brutal, dual-pronged assault on the human body. Because these extreme conditions immediately take hold of your unprotected body. It is an overwhelming sensation. It's not some gradual fade into sleep. No way. As the colonist realizes they're completely exposed, the brutal reality of the Martian environment completely takes over. The sheer, unsurvivable violence of the Martian surface against bare human skin is total, it's immediate, and it is entirely overwhelming. Section 4. 2 minutes to survive. A terminal time frame. Let's move to this timeline and see exactly how this builds. The clock starts at 0 seconds with the sudden disaster of the suit breach. By 60 seconds, the extreme conditions and thin atmosphere are completely taking hold, ravaging the body, the panic settling into the grim biological reality of exposure. And at 120 seconds, 2 minutes, the void wins. This rapid, inescapable timeline represents the entire lifespan of an unprotected human on the surface of Mars. So the crucial point is that the absolute limit is definitive. Less than 2 minutes. Just think about that for a second. All of human ingenuity, all the billions of dollars spent to get to another planet, all the dreams of being a multiplanetary species, all of it suddenly reduced to a mere 120 seconds, the very moment our protective technology fails us.
Which leaves us with this final, profound question. Is the dream of colonizing Mars really worth braving the 2-minute void? Knowing that sudden, extreme danger is literally just a fabric tear away. Does the pursuit of the stars outweigh the fatal risks? Thank you so much for walking through this brief but intense explainer with me today. Take a moment to really think about that, and I'll see you in the next one.